All right, welcome to Algebra Chapter 8, Section 7. What we've been doing is we've been factoring where the number in front of the x squared was a 1, or it just wasn't written. Now we're going to be doing it when the number in front of the x squared is something other than 1. So make sure you write in your table of contents. Today we're factoring ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, if you turn to page 91, you should have this cute little cutout. And today we're going to learn the magic method. So before we get going on that, the answer to the next question is Daisy, just so you know. Now, if I have the magic method, for instance, I have 4x squared plus 16x plus 15. And then the number that's in front of the x squared is the a. The number in front of the x is the b. And the number that's all by itself is the c. So this is really, if you could do the factoring that we were doing, you can do this. It's pretty easy. You're going to multiply the a times the c. So I'm going to go 4 times 15, and that's going to give me 60. And then I'm going to rewrite the equation, except this time I'm going to have the x squared with just a 1 in front of it, or nothing. The b term stays the same, and then this 60 is my new c value. So you can see that if I don't know how to factor just a regular old trinomial like this, I'm going to be in trouble. So I'm going to factor this equation like we've been doing. So I'm going to do 2 sets of parentheses. This says they're both the same. This says they're both pluses. X squared is x times x. Now, factors of 60. So I have 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, 6 times 10, 7 doesn't go into it, 8 doesn't go into it, 9 doesn't go into it, 10 doubles back on itself. I need them to add together to get 16, so I'm going to go with 6 and 10. Now, here's the problem, is that this is factoring this equation, but I'm really wanting to know this equation. So what we're going to do is we are going to divide both numbers by the original a value and simplify the fractions. By the way, the answer to the next question is Elmer. Okay. So if I have x plus 6 and x plus 10, well, my a number is 4. So I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides. And then I need to simplify the fractions. So now it's going to be x plus, I can divide both. And if you don't know how to do this, throw it in the Casio and hit equals. Divide both by 2, so I end up with 3 over 2. And then x plus 5 over 2. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to move the denominator in. You're just going to swing it up in front of the x. So this number is actually getting pushed over there. Same with here. We don't want any fractions left. And so I end up with 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 5. And so this is why I call it the magic method, is because really I'm factoring a different equation, but then magically I end up with it back. So if I were to FOIL this out, it would be 4x squared plus 10x plus 6x, which is 16x plus 15. So now I've factored for the equation that they really want me to do. All right, so that's how we do that. Now, if your a value is negative, then you're going to factor out a -1 first. So let's look at an example of this. Oops, sorry. Forgot there we go. So if I have this, if I have -2x squared minus 15x minus 7. Well, my a value is -2. I don't want it negative, so I'm going to pull out a -1. And when I do that, I change the sign all the way across. So it'll be 2x squared plus 15x plus 7. And now I'm going to go, well, 2 times 7 is 14. So now I'm doing my little magic method. So I end up with x squared plus 15x plus 14. And now I'm going to factor that. So I'm going to do 2 sets of parentheses. This tells me they're the same. This tells me they're both pluses. X squared is x times x. Factors of 14, 1 and 14, 2 times 7, 3 doesn't go into it, 4 doesn't go into it, 5 doesn't go into it, 6 doesn't go into it, 7 doubles back on itself. I need them to add together to be 15. So it's going to be 1 and 14. Now, the part when you're doing the magic method that students forget most often is that you have to then divide back by your original A. Now, not the negative one, because that's why this -1's out front, but I'm going to divide by 2, and I'm going to then simplify. So I have -1 times x plus, I can't simplify 1/2, it's just going to stay there. But 14 over 2 can become 7 over 1. So now I'm going to take my denominator and swing them over. And I end up with -1 times 2x plus 1. And I could put the 1 there, but I don't really need 1x. So just x plus 7. And boom, I am done. So if you could do the regular factoring that we've been doing, you can factor using the magic method. You'll hear me say magic method quite a lot. So make sure that you understand what I am talking about when I say that. And then the answer to the last question is butterfly. See you next time.